Alright, today we got Great Natures playing with both Success and Lottery, along with a demonstration fight revealing some new cards, this time Leon's Ace unit, that being his Blue Wave cards. So let's begin. So we start off with the stuff for Chatnoir. Here's the Heal Guardian plus reprints. And we go to Taping Cat, grade 1 AK power and skillless. Auto, when retired from rearguard or discarded from deck, cost Soul Blast 1, perform one of the following. Draw a card, or choose one of your rearguards and it gets plus 5k power until the end of the turn. So basically, if you play Success on this, what benefits you the most is the draw, of course, because the 5k power will be useless because your rearguard will be retired at the end of the turn. But when milled from deck during Lottery, either one would be good, although Lottery might have some better options. Then we go to Compass Lion. Grade 2, 13k power, and it's skillless. Auto Vanguard rearguard. At the end of the turn, choose one of your rearguards and retire it. Yes, this ability is mandatory, so you do as much as possible. So if you have no rearguards, then you can't retire anything. Which is not a problem for Success, because regardless, the rearguard that you're going to be making them graduate is going to get retired at the end of the turn. And on top of that, when that rearguard gets retired, you already gain a bunch of skills on top of it as well. So, not an issue. And it's a grade 2 with 13k base, which can be very good defensive value if you want second. It's basically the old Compass Lion, just with updated stats. Now to the new Professor, Honorary Professor Chatnoir. Grade 3, 12k power, excel, and skillless. Auto Vanguard rearguard. Once per turn, when this card attacks, cost counter plus 1, draw a card, mill the top card of your deck, and then perform one of these effects below depending on the card type. So the Lottery. If it's on Vanguard, you perform both effects regardless. Normal unit. Choose two of your rearguards and it gets plus 5k power into the end of the turn, and then at the end of the turn, retire that unit. Trigger unit. Choose one of your rearguards and then at the end of the turn, it can attack from the back row and it also gets plus 5k power, and then at the end of the turn, retire that unit. So you're basically playing Lottery but giving them successful skills. Quite a nice mix actually, although I think this card works a lot better with Lottery just for the setup purpose in the first place, but at least this is not once per turn because most Lottery cards are on plays. And it's also nice that it works both on Vanguard and Rearguard, giving you more versatility. And of course on Vanguard you get both abilities, which that will always be good because more abilities with less costs obviously makes it a lot stronger. So overall, a very nice new addition. Now to the Blue Wave cards, here's the Heal Guardian, without the reprints because it was only shown in demonstration fight. Then we go to Blue Wave Dragon, Proposin Dragon. Grade 1, 8k power, and it's skillless. Auto rearguard. Once per turn, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked a grade 2 or greater Vanguard, cost counterblast 1, choose one of your back row rearguards, and you may exchange positions with this unit. And if you exchange, stand this unit. Damn, this card is really good for Aquaforce. Not only it's generic, it's one of those rare grade ones that can enable multi-attack, which of course your attack numbers will matter in Aquaforce. Now this card may need to attack a grade 2 or greater Vanguard, which of course will be higher base power than this, but you have to remember, Excel Circles exists. So this will become a 13k base attack, and you can exchange it with something in the back row and make this a booster right after. And it doesn't have to be same column either. And since this is Blue Waves, we got a good number of Blue Wave cards that play with Valios and Last Card Revon that decreases your opponent's power, so this could actually hit your opponent's Vanguard without the Excel marker as well, if you play in those decks. But overall, a very nice new addition to Aquaforce in general. And we go to Blue Wave Marine General Kotura. Grade 2, 90 power, and skillless. Auto Vanguard rearguard. When this card attacks a Vanguard, cost Soul Blast 1, choose one of your units, it gets plus 5k power until the end of the turn. And then if this card was your Vanguard, and it's the third battle or more of the turn, draw a card. So it basically helps fix some numbers for Aquaforce because Aquaforce does a lot of small pokes, and can also let you draw a card on Vanguard. It doesn't really do much, but it is generic and it's also Blue Wave, so it is searchable. Now unfortunately, spoiler alert, if you're playing a Tetra Drive focused deck, you're going to be forced to run this because your other Blue Wave cards do not correlate with Tetra Drive. Because Blue Wave Dragon Tetra Drive Dragon is a grade 3 with 12k power, and it's Excel with the skill of Act Vanguard Rearguard. Cost counterblast 1, this card gets plus 2k power until the end of turn. So basically it has the old skill like back in the day. Now I really wish this has some updated power gain because V has higher shield value, so I think this should have been 3k power, but at least there's the update that this card can also work on rearguard. But anyway, that's not important. The second skill is what matters. Auto Vanguard. At the end of the battle that your rearguard attacked, perform the following abilities depending on the number of battles you did this turn. If it's the 4th battle, cost, discard 2 cards from your hand, stand this unit, and drive -1 in a turn. At least it doesn't cost 2 counterblast like the old Tetra Drive. 7th battle, cost, counterblast 1, discard a card from hand, and stand this unit. So, a double Restand Aqua Force unit. Gives me the end vibes. The only difference is this one you actually have to achieve it. And that's how I actually want some of my Aqua Force units. The more attacks you do, the stronger it gets. Which kind of lacks in most Aqua Force boss units. It's more, you achieve this number, now you can activate this skill. So I'm glad that we finally got an Aqua Force card that has the ability to get stronger depending on the number of battles you make. But there are some inherent problems for this card in V. One of them is actually the lack of power. Yes, you got the first skill, but it's only 2k for 1 counterblast. Realistically, you would want to use the counterblast for other skills, like your Restands. The other is that this card doesn't really fit in with the rest of the Blue Wave archetype, because most of your Blue Wave cards play with power manipulation of your opponent's Vanguard. At least in V anyway. In Premium, this is not even a problem. You could go for all the attack, and that's how you want Premium Blue Waves to be, because more attacks make you a lot stronger. But in V, a good number of your Blue Wave cards require you to manipulate your opponent's Vanguard's power, which this card doesn't really interact well. Luckily, this card is generic, so at least you can make a deck around it, but overall, it's fine. Definitely better than V Maelstrom, and I am glad that it's not very identical to V Maelstrom, because V Maelstrom technically stole the original Tetra Drive skill. One of your rear guards doing a 3rd or 4th attack just for this card to restand. The only difference is V Maelstrom requires to hit. So I'm glad that they differentiate a little bit. But anyway, overall, pretty nice. So that's it for these 2 new boss units. What do you guys think of them? Chatnoir, more usage with lottery than success, but at least you can play some success cards in lottery now, so it will make quite an interesting build. As for Tetra Drive, as much as it's pretty decent, the archetype that it's in doesn't really correspond with Tetra Drive. So it's really awkward in V, but in Premium, well, a lot of shenanigans. Remember that one critical trigger that lets you draw 1 card every time your Vanguard attacks? Yeah. But overall, pretty decent. But in that, get excited for the final cards for clan selection, that being the 2 main villain clans of Shadow Paladin and Link Joker. And now time to say goodbye.